Maximus. What's up, Mr. Maxie? We're going to start this live stream with you, Mr. Maximus. You're looking a little sleepy. He said, oh, that big old yawn. What's up, Maxie boy? Oh, I know I'm boring you, ain't I? Let's see, 2 votes, 50% 0 to 3 kitties, 50% 9 to 100. So we got a few cat hoarders in here like me. Bruce, I'm assuming that's probably you. Hello there, Bailey. How you doing this Tuesday evening? Hope you're doing well, friend. Oh, Mr. Maximus. You got the purr on, Maxie boy. Yes, I'm a good Mr. Maximus. Hello there, Oliver. How you doing? Bailey, I'm doing well for the most part. I did have an ultrasound because I got a little bit of a tummy issue going on here. So, got a fun ultrasound I had to do. Try to rule out certain things like gallbladder and pancreatitis and other fun stuff. So, I'm doing all right. Oliver, has Tranquil been live? I know she was live yesterday, Oliver, but I don't know as of today. Oh, you're such a lazy little Maxie. Oh, you good boy. Yeah, you know, it's funny. For the most part, Max is acting relatively okay. He's still having some back leg issues. Those back legs are definitely having some problems. And he's a little dandruffy. But we actually have him eating dry food again because we think maybe putting up dry food was causing him to stress out, which was affecting his glucose numbers. So over the last couple of days, we've had his dry food out where he's been able to eat it, and his glucose numbers have been a little bit lower. So hopefully we're on the right track of eating this little turkey, this little jive turkey regulated. Oliver, nope, live. She did say today that she might get banned. Hello there, Bruce. I don't think Trinkle is going to get banned for anything, Oliver, so I don't think you have to worry. I saw what she was talking about. I mean, I think she'll be fine. But you never know. You never know on this platform. Hello to new people who might be in this stream here. Seeing Mr. Maximus here. He is a diabetic kitty. He is one of 9 cats that we have altogether. My name is Adam, by the way. Nice to meet you. If you are new here, say hello if you want, or not. You don't have to. See, in our poll so far, 0 to 3 are saying they have 0 to 3 cats, 3 to 6 cats, 17%, and 9 to 100 cats. Bruce, no worries as far as that goes. Oh, you Maximus, he's a good boy. You know, so he was named Whiskers Maximus when he was a young kitten. And you can tell because he got some long old whiskers here. Is that a little toy? You want a little fishy? Do we have some play in you, Mr. Maximus? You're like, nope, I'm going to push it away. You're like, I don't want to be bugged by this toy. Why, Mr. Maximus? Are you trying to look all cute to the camera? You know, people are watching you. So how is everybody doing? Bruce, how are you doing? Oliver, Bailey, everybody else who's watching? I hope everybody's having a good day. We do rescue cats around these neck of the woods. So what I mean by that is this channel donates all of its earnings to local cat charities across the country and actually across the world now. So if that's something that you're into, awesome. Or if it's something you can get behind. Oliver, you're doing good. Good to hear. How was that, Bruce? Anybody get adopted in the cat cafe for those 3 hours? And how many kitties you got up there right now? Bruce, hopefully not, probably not in March, but probably in April, I'm thinking, when we donate for the month of April. We'll probably donate to that group again. Oliver, Nature Dog did not have a live. Tranquil has not done a live. No, I mean, they have other things that they might have to do too, I don't know with Nature Dog, with Chris. I don't know how often she goes live. I don't know if she does it daily or not, but other things could be going on. Hi, boy. You're good, Mr. Maximus. We're going to hang with Max here for a few more minutes, and then we're going to go check out some other kitties. Unfortunately, most of these cats are being lazy right now. Bruce Tranquil had to take a rescue kitty to the vet. Was that today? She posted. Okay. I'll have to. Well, although I don't. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll see that on the weekend. Because I usually don't look at cat stuff until the weekend's over. Or until the weekend starts, I mean. Hello there, Crystal Pets and Plants. How you doing? Good evening to you too. Hope you're doing well. Hope if you have any fur babies that they're doing well as well. We're just hanging with Mr. Max right here. He says, look at my big old paw. You see my paw? You see those toe beans I got there on my paw? You see that nail? I'm a violent little kitty cat. Nah, Max is good. Crystal, your two cats are well. We have 9. Bruce's his level. We tested it this morning. Bruce's glucose level. It was, oh gosh, what was his glucose? It was a little over 400, which is not great, but not terrible. We're gonna also test him later tonight, just to kind of see. We're hoping we'll be in the really in the 200s would be great, but we're thinking probably he'll hopefully be like in the 300s, which again for a newly diabetic cat, that's not terrible. It's not great. It could definitely be better, but it's not terrible. And we probably will, in a week or so, he'll probably get some more, a higher insulin dosage. Because he'll probably need it. And we're working on these back legs. He's taking a supplement because he's got peripheral neuropathy with his diabetes. So those back legs are they're a little weak. And he's walking on his feet and not his toes. So something to work on with Mr. Max here. All right, we're going to say goodbye to Mr. Maximus at the moment, and we are going to go check on some other kitties. We probably will come back to Mr. Max, though, in a bit. Crystal, yes, all of these cats are indoor. They do have a screened-in porch, though, which they enjoy. But yes, they are all indoor kitties. Usually, though, these nighttime streams, these cats are very lazy. As you can tell, they've got a couple on the bed. Must have like about 5 cats underneath the bed. We got this little cat bed over here for Pandora. Yeah, Crystal, they have a relatively good life, I would say. They're somewhat spoiled and pampered. We're going to go check in with Mr. Orangey here. Mr. Tang. He's going to look all cute and innocent. And he is for the most part. Now, Bruce, I know you have an orange tabby. How about anybody else? He's also another belly rubber. He's a ham kind of cat. Hi, baby. How do they get along? Do they get along well with each other? I've noticed, Crystal, out of our 9, 6 are females, and some of these females are a little territorial to each other and are a little grumpy sometimes and kind of hissy. I've noticed our male cats are usually more docile for the most part. Laid back, usually. No, they don't get along most of the time. Though one of them happened to be a calico, off chance. Hi, Whites. What is it, Pandora? Pandora. Well, Pandora, we'll see you in a second. Yeah, we have one calico, the baby here. She's grumpy looking. When she doesn't get her way, she doesn't like it. She's a bit temperamental. Hi, Whites. Hi, Jesse. How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Kit, I felt you. Hi, Kit. Yes, most male cats are, or most orange tabbies are males. I've only known a few female orange tabbies in my life. Kind of like most calicos are female. Jesse, what happened with you and Shadow? The little Zelda sighting. Zelda, you coming up? Hi, Zelda. You coming up your stairs, honey? She wants too much attention. Oh, Mr. Orange. Hi, buddy. Here, let's get those eyes. You got some crust in your eyes, honey. Like little kids, you gotta clean their eyeballs out. I have never seen a male calico either, Crystal. And I've worked in a few animal hospitals and have worked with a few cat rescue groups. I almost kind of wonder, does a male calico actually exist? Bruce, you think so? Putting Randy next to Tang? Wouldn't be able to tell who's who? Well, maybe. I might have to look at Tang, or not Tang. I might have to look at Randy again there, Bruce, and see. Hello there, George. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Remember you from the I Am Raven channel? Yes, George, we are going to be doing a joint live. I think it's going to be on Saturday. We do not have our time set quite yet, but yes, we'll probably make a community post in the next day or two on that. But if you want to meet some of these fur balls that we live with, we got Pandora here. We got Tang. Zelda over there is our 20-year-old diabetic kitty, one of our 2 diabetic kitty cats. We got the baby, who's grumpy looking, as always. We got Kit. And that's all we, oh, and we have Tiny over there, way over there, which I'll show in a little bit more in the bin over there. That's her bin she likes to sleep in. So that is, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 6. 6 out of the 9. Yoda. Yes, that's right. Let me turn the flash on here. Yoda's being antisocial today. He's over there. Yoda. Hi, buddy. But he doesn't want to be seen on camera today. But I hope everybody is having a good day. These cats are a little lazy normally. But they're also locked in a room, though, too. We have Rosemary, our special needs deaf kitty, out. And when she is out, we have to put these ones in a room because she does not, unfortunately, she does not get well. She doesn't get along well with the other kitties. Hey, Zelda. Jesse, what do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do you mean just in life in general or something in particular? Hi, Zeus. Uh, Zelda is doing fine for the most part, Bruce. She is hanging in there, you know. I mean, being 20, being a diabetic, having kidney issues, she's doing well. Hello there, the Bad Luck Boys. Hope you're doing well. The Bad Luck Boys. Max is doing, I say, better overall. I did have Max on a little earlier, but I will go back to Max if you want to see him. Holly Ann Fry, I'm sorry that you keep on losing subs. That is just part of YouTube. It just comes and it goes. So just, you know, keep on posting content and you'll be okay. Jesse, on life. So as some of you know, I've been having some stomach issues for the last like 6 to 8 weeks or so. I had an ultrasound done today. I'm supposed to get the results back in a few weeks or in a few days or so. And we'll kind of see what happens with that. That's the fun part of getting older. If you're young, never age, never get older. You'll be okay if you just never get older. And then, Jesse, we are still trying to figure out like where we're going to be living long term. I don't think I'm pregnant, but you know, hey, I mean, I know there's people that think males can get pregnant, so yeah, you never know, right? But like I said, we're still trying to figure out what we're doing with life, where we're living at. Uh, Bruce could be an ulcer. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's hard to say exactly, but it definitely could be an ulcer. Um, just time will tell. This is Tiny, by the way, those who might be new. George, if you're still hanging out here with us, this is Tiny. She's not really tiny, though. She's about 20, not 20, she's about 18 pounds or so. You're pushing 60, George. Growing old sucks. I agree. I will say, George, ever since I passed the age of 40, I've gone downhill physically. I'm probably into for a medical, not a medical, what am I saying? A knee replacement, at least one, possibly two. So, yeah. Tiny is one of our youngest. Tang, the orange tabby, who was on a little earlier. Her and him, they're both about 3.5 or so. And they were our last foster group that we fostered a few years back, and we wound up adopting them. This was at a point in time where we unfortunately lost 3 in 6 months. It was very, very challenging to lose 3 kitties in 6 months. 2 of them were kind of, excuse me, expected. The other one wasn't so much. Are you being shy, Tine? So, but she's got to lose some weight. Kid here, she is about 9 or so. She is very affectionate. Kit was the only adult foster that my wife and I has ever done. We've probably fostered like, I don't know, 50, 60 kittens or so over the last maybe decade. Holly Ann, do I care what age people are on here, or do you expect all? I don't have a preference on people's age, Holly, just as long as people are respectful in chat, don't act silly, don't act foolish, and yeah, beyond that, I don't have an expectation on people's age. I know there are people, I know there are young folks on here, as with any uh, channel, as with any live stream, obviously. And I know that there are older folks on here too. Hello there, Tranquil. I hope you're doing well. Now, though, Holly, I will say, I think on average, the folks that are usually in my live streams probably are like anywhere from 30 to 60. 70, I would say. That's kind of, I think, my average. A little bit of an older, group. I don't usually attract many kids. Hello there, George. I am doing well. How are you? Crystal, to answer your question, do we have any other animals? We do not. I've always pretty much been a cat person. I did grow up with dogs a little bit too when I was very young. But like I'm 45 and I've probably been with cats like 35 out of those 45 years. So it's just cats are my thing. There's to me just something special about kitty cats that doggies, doggies are good and all, but they're just not the same. Holly, you're 13. That is okay with me. Again, as long as we don't act silly or anything. Respect the cats, respect the host, and respect the fellow chatters. Crystal, you're also 45? Nice. So most of the time, my lives are just kind of chilled, laid back. Sometimes they're inside, sometimes they're outside. It's just showing off these kitty cats, answering questions that people might have, stuff like that. Will someone make a movie called The Planet of the Cats? You know, George, with AI nowadays, I think you would might if you would go on YouTube and you would just search Planet of the Cats, there might be like a little short or something out there already. You know, it wouldn't be surprising. Holly, I would say don't obsess with sub numbers. Just because a channel has more numbers doesn't mean anything. Sub count can be very deceptive. So it's not the quantity, it's not how many subs a channel has, it's the quality of subs that the channel has, in my mind and in my opinion. Is that your little hat, Kit? All right, let's go check on Pandora, Bruce. Because I know if I can find Pandora, that is. Where did Pandora go? Oh, getting up is hard. Hello there, Sydney Cat. That's a big yawn there, Orangey. Hi. Hi, Whites. Pandora? I know you. Hello, honey. You want to chew on the phone? If any of you have ever dealt with hyperthyroidism for your kitty, this particular kitty cat had hyperthyroidism at one point in time. We got it corrected with a procedure. Hyperthyroidism, like diabetes, like kidney disease, they are awful, awful diseases. Hello there, Karma. Nice to see you today. Hope you're doing well. So we have a lot of experience with sick kitties, diabetic cats, hyperthyroidic cats, kidney disease cats, feline leukemia. Unfortunately, we had a kitty that passed away with feline leukemia. Not an easy thing to deal with. Got to give Pandora her salt. She always likes to lick me on these live streams. Karma, it was an ultrasound, so it went fine. I mean, you just lay down there and you get the sticky goo on your stomach, and you just lay there. So it went fine. A couple of days or so, I should get the results back. I already had some tests back. Everything's been negative. Nothing's been like crazy out of whack. I was negative for celiac disease, which is like a gluten issue. So I don't have any kind of gluten allergy, which I'm thankful for because I do love me some gluten, like pastas and whatever else gluten is in bread. So I'm kind of thankful that I have don't have a gluten issue. See how this poll is doing. So right now, 0 to 3 is the majority. 3 to 6 is 12%. 0 to 6, okay, so not too bad. George, eat more fiber. Good idea. I do take a fiber pill. Maybe I need to, and I don't know the milligrams for it, but maybe I should. What fiber was that? Like banana? I think. No, that's like potassium or vitamin K, isn't it? I'm not sure, but I can definitely look into it. Carmen, it was an ultrasound. It was a stomach, abdominal ultrasound. So I had to like lay on my back, and then they had the ultrasound in the middle of the tummy. And then I had to lay on one side so they can get like the gallbladder and the pancreas and appendix and all those organs. Car or not Karma, Tranquil, you had to take an emergency trip to the vet today. What was going on? I think I saw earlier, Tranquil, that Oliver was saying that you posted something. I'll have to take a look at that. Hello, Elizabeth Sutton. How you doing? George Place, the last time you had kidney stones, they did an ultrasound, no sign of it. Have you had kidney stones before, George? I couldn't imagine kidney stones, right? I mean, those are not small, and they're going through such a small, a little hole, unfortunately. Would not be fun. All right, let's come over here to the baby. Actually, you know what? Since I got some new folks on here, we're gonna go visit Max again. We're gonna go see how Maximus is. Mr. Maxie, you're like you again, human. Why are you coming back over here and bothering me? Hi, Mr. Maximus. What's up, buddy? George, wow, 3 times. That's like my grandfather, George. He had kidney stones pretty often, and I'm thankful that I haven't had anything like that yet, and hopefully I won't. Y'all can kind of see Max is a little dandruffy, so that's a sign quite often with diabetic cats. They have more dandruff, as you can see. And also, that's a sign, unfortunately, that we haven't gotten Max here regulated properly. It's a work in progress, and we're getting there, but he's still unregulated, unfortunately. It's just going to take some time. But he's in good shape, though. He's in good hands. Karma, you're familiar with that? You had an ultrasound done plenty of times, even with the 2 kids? Okay. George, don't get them ever. No fun. I can only imagine, George. I can only imagine. Oh, you say Maximus. Hi, Mr. Maximus. I know I'm bothering you again. He said, leave me alone. A little bit later, maybe about a half hour to an hour or so, we got to poke Max again. We got to check his glucose, and we got to poke his little toesies, which he doesn't like. But it's what we got to do, Maxie. Hello there. Is it Jillian? I don't want to mess up your name. I'm terrible with names, so I apologize if I'm not saying that correct. But hello there. How you doing? This is Max Jillian, one of 9 kitty cats that we have. Also like to say this every so often during these live streams. This is a channel that donates all of its earnings to cat rescue groups. So either A, if you know of any cat rescue groups, let me know, not in chat because I'm not going to remember it in chat, but let me know, put a comment like on one of my videos, and I will look into it. We have about 20 rescue groups right now that we are donating to. One of them is a channel that you all may know, the I Am Raven channel. We have connected with that channel, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so, and looking probably going to be donating to that channel at the end of the month or so to help Sherry Lee and Raven and those kitties, because I know she could use the help. I understand what she's going through with a lot of cats. Cats are definitely not cheap. We they are expensive. George, I try, I try to give back. I want to do something that hopefully in due time we can, as a community, help many cats. We've sponsored, George, in this community about 20 to 30 cats. Most of them have been adopted. And I always let the community know when they've been adopted. It's something that the community likes, and I just like doing. It's the best community posts I make is when I tell the community that, hey, so-and-so got adopted or such and such got adopted. It's a feeling that just can't be beat. Knowing that you're actually making a difference in the lives of our feline overlords. I mean, our feline, friends. Oh, Mr. Maximus. Oh, I know you want a little bit of a belly rub. Now, sometimes I do slur my speech a little bit. I grew up having a speech impediment, and sometimes it does come out when I do these lives. Uh, and sometimes I do talk a little too quickly, or feel like I do. So if you don't understand anything, then just please ask me to repeat it. I'm good with that. I had to have speech therapy when I was a kid. It wasn't fun. I always slurred like my R's and my W's. So if I was to say the word like railroad, unless I say it really slowly, it'll sound like wellwoad instead of railroad. I really got to think about when I put my R's and W's. I've never been good at that, but you know, you do what you can. Oh, Mr. Maximus. You got those big eyeballs. You look crazy, Mr. Maximus. And you're thwomping your tail, which is never a good sign, is it? That's right, George. I remember Sasha. I think you said I try to have I think I have a pretty good memory. I think you said Sasha had blue eyes and was a Siamese and something mixed. I can't remember what the other one was, but I do remember the name though. Jesse, you had speech therapy. Part of your problem, it sounds like I am saying the right word. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Jesse. I had speech therapy. Part of my problem, it sounds like I'm saying the right word. Hmm. Okay. I'm sorry, Jesse. I don't understand. I'm slow and old. Boys are maximissers. You got a purr going, buddy? You got a purr? You got some dirty eyes. Get that funk out of your eyeball, honey. Like you say, ox. Oh, okay. I know what you're saying now, Jesse. Like you say, axe. I'm going to ask you a question instead of I'm going to ask you a question. I gotcha. George, I try. The thing is, like, if somebody spends time with my live stream or with me or with these cats, with this channel, becomes invested in it, I want to try to do my best to become invested in them and their kitties. There are obviously a lot of cat friends on here, and it is very difficult to remember all of them. Uh, Sometimes I don't remember my own these cats' names, but I do my best. I just feel like I gotta like have that level of engagement. I just, just to be like authentic and to be real and to show, I don't know, genuineness, I guess. Um, Crystal, have you shown the deaf? No, Crystal, we have not shown Rosemary, our deaf special needs kitty. We keep her till the end. She's kind of like the end of the show, if you will, the end of the live stream. I always like to just have her last. She's probably downstairs either in her sink, in her kitchen sink right now, or she might be on the stove. When we do cooking, and after it cools down a little bit, she always likes to stay warm there. She likes that warmth. And then George, I think you said you had three kitties. Your trio are in charge. They run the house. What are the names of the kitties, George? George P. We're gonna hang with Max for probably a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna go downstairs and wrap up with Rosie. The best always comes last. Karma, I'm sure in her mind. Oh, actually, I had a story about with Rosemary. So earlier in the morning, I let her out in our indoor screened-in porch, and we have a cardboard box out there, and she was attacking something in the cardboard box. I had no idea what she was attacking, but then I saw a lizard go kind of like scurry under her and go the opposite way. And the lizard thankfully got to where the door is, and there's a little bit of a crack like between the bottom of the door and and the wood about this thicker or about this wide or so. So thankfully that lizard got through. But Rosemary was definitely interested though in that lizard and kept an eye on it for quite a while until she got bored with it. George, P, you're Tabitha, Nora, and JR. Okay, nice names. Nice names. Are they related? Any of them related to each other? Hey, Mr. Maximus. I know, buddy. Oh, we're going to be getting Max. I'm going to show you what I'm going to talk about here in a second. We're going to be getting Max these stairs, right? Because Max, unfortunately, he's having trouble jumping because he's got this back leg weakness. So we're going to get him these stairs, which came in the mail today. Bye, Maxie. So he can get up and down a little bit easier. So if anybody has like any older kitties or doggies or any cats or dogs that have like arthritis or walking issues, jumping issues, I would highly recommend something like this. We have two of them all together. We have one here. This is Rosemary's room. And then we have one for Zelda, our 20-year-old, in our room. But we're going to set this up for where Max usually is most of the time in his room. So he's not having to make a big jump right now. He can just go from step to step to step. So would highly recommend those stairs. All right, let's make our way downstairs. We'll see where the little nutball is. I guess she's sleeping right now. George M., have you ever seen Steve Cash videos with Sylvester? I have not, George. I have not. George P., the 3 different kitties adopted you over a span of a year. So this is Rosemary. She is deaf. She has hyperthyroid disease. She is very bossy. She unfortunately does not get along well with the other kitty cats. She's about 18 or so. She is very small. It's hard to tell looking at her from this advantage point, but she is only a little over 5 pounds. She's always been skinny since she's been with us, since we adopted her out of a animal hospital that I worked at one point in time. Parsley and sage. They're on their way. Maybe there'll be future deaf kitties. You know, I know Sherry has the blind kitty. I'm trying to Echo, I do believe. I think it's Echo. And since I've seen Echo, I've always, I kind of wondered how it would be having a blind kitty cat. Like, what would be worse, I wonder. I mean, I gotta imagine blindness is pretty tough compared to just not being able to hear. She's got a dirty nose, as you can see. Now, if we can ever get her weight up a little bit more, closer to like 6 pounds or so, we would definitely look into, with her thyroid disease, a particular treatment that we did with Pandora, the white cat that we saw earlier, that is a radioactive iodine shot that goes into the bloodstream and it goes up to the thyroid and it eliminates the cancerous kind of tumor that is growing around the thyroid. but we got to get her up to a certain weight because part of the procedure is you have to take the kitty off of their thyroid meds that control it for a week to two. And they typically eat more, but they also lose more weight. Let's see. Karma, you believe animals can feel by vibrations and sense this. Oh, absolutely. Karma, I think I saw something at some point in time that a cat and a dog, they both have great sense of smell and they can smell like they're humans, like a few miles out. So that's kind of why they get excited when they get to the door and they greet you at the door, kind of thing. Bruce, they can go by hearing and smell if they're blind. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that, right? If you lose a sense, right, that the other senses elevate, get better. Yeah, George, I just feel sorry when I was like on there last. I think Echo was trying to rub on somebody or play with somebody, and they wanted nothing to do with it. I can't remember who though. Might have been Betsy, maybe. I'm just not sure. Now, Rosemary will do the creepy third eyelid look on you on occasion when I'm rubbing her ears and rubbing her chin. Yeah, you can kind of see right there. I mean, I'm kind of getting in her ears, and she likes that. And then she gets that third eyelid, which just grossed out my wife because she said, ugh. Is it Betty? Okay, I thought Betty or Betsy. She's the one that got that lion shave, I think. Hello there, Glare Bear. How you doing? Nice to see you tonight. I hope you're doing well. We're just hanging with Rosemary here at the moment, Glare Bear, as you can see. But yes, Karma, you are right. I think it was my wife who said she knows when I come home. Rosemary is imprinted on me. She is just very attached. My wife said obsessed, but just very attached. Glare Bear, you're a little sick. I'm sorry to hear that you're still a little under the weather. I hope that you start to feel better soon, or that you're on the kind of on the mend there. It's no good when we don't feel good. Jesse, no, we've never had any long-haired kitties. Although it would be really cool to have like a Norwegian forest cat. I think that would be really, really cool. Even though they're really, obviously they got a load of hair and you got to brush them like twice a week. Usually, I mean, Bruce, you can tell me if that's wrong or not because I know you have Oreo. I think is the long-haired kitty, the main, not the Maine Coon, the Maine Coon. So no, but we have not. John, you here real quick. Thanks for helping the kitties. Emailed you with a response. NC visit still on the table. Only if you're okay. Yep, I can respond to that, John. Yep, all good. And yes, we can definitely. I can respond to your email. Bruce, lots of brushing. Yeah, I can imagine. I think it would be really difficult also when a cat gets older, especially if they have a lot of hair, because you're gonna have to start or not brooming. What am I saying? You're gonna have to start grooming them a little bit more yourself. So you're gonna start to have some fur that gets matted up and some just yucky stuff. Unfortunately, that just takes some time, and it's not cheap either. Hello there, Cece. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good work day. Jesse, medium hair. Would you supposed to shave? No, unless a cat has like mangled hair or has a ton of mats that you just can't control, I would not ever recommend shaving a cat. They're not supposed to be shaved typically, unless they just have a mat issue that's just gotten too bad or just out of control. Then definitely shave, but beyond that though, no, because you're going to be kind of hurting the animal if you're shaving them because they got like glands in their hair that they need actually. Uh, George, imagine the size of the hairballs. I don't know, George. I mean, some of these cats, even though they're all domestic short hair, they come up with some pretty big hairballs themselves. Crystal, you got to head out. All right. I hope you have a good evening, Crystal. It's nice to talk to you. We'll be live again probably on Saturday, so hopefully you can join. If not, I understand, but I hope you have a good rest of your night. Rev, been a while. Hope you've been doing well. Hope things have been going well with you. Nice to see you. I know, Rosie, you got that look. You said, I got a dirty nose. Obviously, if you have a lot of kitties, you'll notice, this lint roller. Well, we don't use it all that often, to be honest, but it obviously has a fair share of hair on it. It's just part of life. Rev, things have been tough at the moment, if I'm being honest. I'm sorry to hear that, Rev. Hopefully things have been tough as far as not life in general, but we all go through our ups and downs, so hopefully whatever's going on will get better soon for you. It'd be so much better if Rosemary just got along with the other cats because then because I always feel like my live streams on the weekdays are always kind of disjointed. I just go from cat to cat to cat. And on the weekends, it's a little better because usually it's getting warmer outside. So we go out into the screened in porch and just hang out there for the bulk of the time. Oh, you Rosemary, you got your nose. I know you got a dry nose, honey. I'm going to be releasing a short on Rosemary here, probably a little later tonight, just talking about deaf cats and how, just because a cat has a special needs, whether they're deaf, whether they're like Rosemary, or whether they're blind, like Echo, whether they have an issue like Bocce on the Raven channel, who's paralyzed, doesn't mean that they aren't or don't deserve love and care like any other kitty. And in fact, there needs to hopefully be in due time more people that will open up their hearts and their minds to special needs cats and not be afraid. They take a little bit of extra care sometimes, and it takes a little bit of extra foresight as what you need to do as a parent. But they can live lives just as much and just as well as a healthy kitty cat. So I always like to advocate, for our special needs kitties and for our senior cats. Thank you there, Bruce, for that $2 super chat. That'll go into donations for the month of April. I appreciate that, friend. Always donating for these special needs kitties and always donating for our senior cats, because again, you go to shelters and a lot of the times what you see in shelters are the young kitties, the kittens, they get adopted up quickly because, everybody wants to have a young kitten. But, it's the senior cats. It's the cats that are 3, 4, 5, 6, and those aren't even seniors. Those are just, average adult cats, but they get passed up and they need that attention and they need that love just as well. So I always advocating. That's why one of the places we always sponsor at that's local in NC, we always sponsor all the senior cats. Every single senior cat we always sponsor. And thankfully, they always seem to get adopted after we get them sponsored, which is awesome. Hello there, Tigress. How you doing? Nice to meet you. This is Rosemary. Hello there, Maria. Hope you're doing well. I know we have that language barrier, so I hope you're doing well. George P, you believe that the three were all abandoned. Thankfully, they made. Hey, George. Also, credit to you for taking on those abandoned kitties and giving them a loving home. Those kind of acts of kindness are always appreciated everywhere. So I appreciate that. Thank you, CC, for that $5 super chat. Means a lot to me. It'll help the kitties in need when we donate for April. Karma, your area seems to have more TNR cats, do they? Well, trap neuter release is not a terrible thing, but unfortunately, I mean, it'd be great if they. I mean, it helps with the unwanted issue. It helps with the kittens that are just born on the street and maybe starve or freeze or just suffer. But it would be nice if those TNR cats also find a way home too. I know sometimes they're a little feral or they have some issues. But I think if they found the right people that know how to work with feral cats, because there's no cat to me that's ever like too lost, if you will, or too wild. Every cat I feel like can become domesticated, if you will, and can learn to be with humans. I truly do believe that. But we as cat parents need to be able to, I think, kind of advocate for this more and speak up more. So that's what, that's what this channel does, or tries to at least. I got to do a better job at that, I think, but I'm working on it. I know that's like cats channels like the I Am Raven channel. They're always kind of advocating that too out in Turkey. So one voice can do some stuff, but many voices can do quite a bit. Rosemary, hello. I hope you're doing well. We're just obviously watching Rosemary here, sleeping. Sorry, honey, I woke you up a little bit. Tigress, your channel is named after your cat, Tigress, that ran away last year. I'm sorry to hear that. Her birthday is May 5th, and she'll be turning 4 this year, and she never came back yet. I miss her so much. Well, hopefully she's doing okay, Tigress, and maybe she'll come back. I mean, I've seen stories where a cat has gone missing for months to years, and they wound their way back home, amazingly. Rev, do you think that dogs can become feral? That they can be rehabilitated? Rev, I don't know enough about dogs, so it's hard to answer that question. So honestly, I don't know. I would hope that if a dog, so I don't know if really dogs are feral, are they? I don't know enough about dogs. I would hope that that would be the same case though, Rev, but I don't know. I don't know enough. I wish I did, but I don't know enough. George, cats are not like dogs. You have to earn their trust. Oh, for sure. The cats and dogs are definitely completely different. I mean, they're alike in certain circumstances, but they are really, really different. Cats, they kind of know that they run the place. You got that third eye going, Rosie. Yes, you do. You got that third eyelid going. Sorry if that's gross for anybody, but that's just how it is with me and Rosemary. When I get her ear, she really likes that ear. George, thank you. I wasn't planning on having any more cats. You guess fate has that other. Yeah, you never know. You never know what life's gonna bring you. That is for sure. Karma Forever Friends Lodge. Yep. You got that. Yeah, I looked at that, Karma. We'll get that on the rotation list. Thank you for putting that on there. Rev Tranquil, you had a cat that went missing for years, but she came back. Awesome, Rev. Bruce, please get. Oh, for sure. Bruce, I think it should be a law, and I think it is a law actually in parts of Indiana, but I'm not sure about this because I think you gave me like an article where in parts of Indiana, you have to get your cat and dog microchipped, and if you don't, then you can, or if you do, and if you wind up like abandoning them or dumping them, you're going to have some legal ramifications for that, which I think is good. Tigress, but her brother Kit Kat went missing soon after that, and another one of your kitties, another one of my cats, and found out that there is a coyote. Oh, I blame you. Okay. Well, coyotes are never good, so unfortunately, I don't know on that tigress. The kitty hopefully didn't get taken by the coyote, but you just never know. The cat distribution system is at work. Absolutely. Bruce, it's law. Okay, it's law in all of Indiana now. Awesome. I hope that that becomes a federal law, to be honest with you. The thing is, though, in this country, we have laws, but we don't enforce them, unfortunately. And in other parts of the world, like I know out in like Turkey, they have some laws, but they don't really seem to enforce them too much. And then I know parts in Asia, unfortunately, they don't have any laws. So you see a lot of terrible stuff out in Asia. That's where you see a lot of those, to me at least, fake rescue videos that just boil my blood and make me really upset that people eat up these fake rescue videos and not realizing that this is you shouldn't be supporting these things because these are frauds. They were purposely drugging these cats or dogs, putting them in bad situations, and making a profit off of it, which is just disgusting to me. But I don't want to get too much into that. Let me just so thankful you don't have any coyotes in Long Island there, CC. But anyways, it is about that hour. So CC and Bruce, I appreciate the super chats. Thank you very much. I always like to thank everybody else who's been on the live though too, just as an appreciation. George, you report them, yeah. And it doesn't ever seem like anything happens, George. So I don't know if like George P or George M, I mean, I don't know if we like need to have more people report or if somebody like a Jackson Galaxy, somebody who's got a huge following that makes YouTube a decent amount of money. If, I wish like somebody like that would really step up and maybe advocate a little bit more. I know he does a lot and he's got a lot on his plate, but I think if you hear a voice like that, then maybe people start to listen a little bit more, I feel. But anyways, on that note, I'm going to start saying my goodbyes to everybody. I always like to say goodbye to everybody who's in the live, or everybody that I remember at least. So Tigress, John, George P, George M, Rev, CC, Bruce, Tranquil, Karma. Just kind of scrolling back here a little bit. I don't know if I said Tranquil or not. I might have Rosemary, Jesse, if you're still hanging here with us, Maria, and anybody else who I might have forgotten. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. I'm going to head out. Take care. God bless. Check out Sylvester the Talking Cat. Okay, I will take a look, George. I'll see what I find. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. I appreciate that, George P. with Max. God bless. Take care. And Glare Bear also, I hope you have a wonderful night, and I hope you feel better very soon. The next time I live stream, it might be probably with I Am Raven, with that channel on Saturday, but I'll let you all know, and we'll see how that goes. That hopefully will be entertaining, fun, and hopefully everybody will learn a little something. All right. Y'all take care. Bye, Rosie. He says bye, meow meows. All right. Bye, all.